Well, thank you very much, and welcome to the great city of Portsmouth. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Hunter, the chair for the Portsmouth Division of the Hampton Roads Chamber and account executive with MABC Technology Solutions, headquartered right here in Portsmouth, Virginia. As one of the largest chambers in the Commonwealth, the mission of the chamber is to set the conditions in the region so businesses like yours can succeed. We want Hampton Roads to be one of the best places to live, work, and do business. We continue to support and grow our membership in Portsmouth and all of the region and appreciate the support that you give. We want to thank businesses like today's series presenting sponsor, Town Bank, who go above and beyond in support of the Hampton Roads business community. On behalf of Portsmouth Division, I welcome you to the 2023 Portsmouth State of the City Address. Would you now please rise, go ahead, would you now please rise for our national anthem?
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Wow, what a way to kick this event off. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Stevens, and it is a distinct honor and a privilege for me to serve this region as the president and CEO of the Hampton Roads Chamber. We are a chamber of commerce that is unapologetic about being a pro-business organization, and we go to work every day laser focused on setting the conditions so that businesses, your businesses, can succeed. One of the ways we do that is by hosting events like this so you can hear from your municipality leaders on all the great things that are going on in your city. And we're looking forward to Mayor Glover's remarks today. Mayor, thank you very much for doing this. I'd also like to thank Crystal Elliott for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Crystal. I also want to thank Paul for his leadership this year and the Portsmouth Division Board, and I want to thank all of our board of directors. We've got an outstanding group of individuals that are dedicated to the business community here in Hampton Roads that serve on the board of directors for the chamber, so I want to thank them. Let's give them a round of applause as well. We simply couldn't put on these events without the generosity of our sponsors. I'd like to recognize and thank them now. First of all, our series presenting sponsor is Town Bank. Town Bank does amazing things in this region, as I know all of you know. I want to thank them for being the series presenting sponsor again this year. I'd like to thank our host sponsor. Our host sponsor is Rivers Casino Portsmouth, and the casino staff tells me that this is the largest event that they have held so far. There are 600 of you in the room today, so give yourself a round of applause. And I want to thank in advance the outstanding staff we have here in the back and over here for taking such good care of us today. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Our series platinum sponsors are Chartway Credit Union. I saw Brian here earlier. Thank you for all you do in Chartway. Another sponsor is United Way of Southampton Roads, and they're celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. That's a big deal. And I have the privilege of serving on the United Way board, and I can tell you firsthand the amazing things that they do in the Hampton Roads region here. So thank you for being a sponsor, and thank you for all you do. And another series platinum sponsor for these events is Bon Secours Hampton Roads. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Shane Knisley, the new president, Bon Secours Maryview, to the stage to make a few comments. Shane?
Good afternoon, everyone. So it's great to be here with you all today, latest or greatest regarding the city of Portsmouth. We're looking forward to your remarks, Mayor. Thank you. So by way of introduction, I'm Shane Knisley. This is my first time at the Portsmouth State of the City. I'm glad we're finally here, given I had the chance to attend the Chesapeake and Norfolk State of the City addresses ahead of this event. And I have to say, it's nice to be out of a ballroom and in the amazing, Rivers Casino. So excited about that. So just a bit about me. I joined Maryview as the president last month. It's been a bit of a homecoming returning to Hampton Roads. I retired from the Navy 9 years ago, and I lived here in Portsmouth a couple of times throughout my 23-year career. From Craddock to Green Acres to Merryfields, Portsmouth was always home. Couldn't be more excited to serve the Bon Secours ministry and the Portsmouth community as I work with our physicians, associates, and community partners to serve the distinct needs of our patients in and around Portsmouth. For those of you that are a bit rusty like myself on your French, Bon Secours means good help. And that is what our dedicated team of caregivers do daily and will continue to be for each patient that walks through our doors. Next to the federal government, we're the second largest employer in Portsmouth, and we're very proud of that distinction. I'm eager to tell you about the exciting things happening at Maryview, which includes our campuses in Portsmouth and in Suffolk. But first, a few numbers just for you to think about. 1,300. That's the number of associates in our facilities, all of which I'm proud to say make a living wage of at least $15 an hour. 8.5 million. That's the amount of capital that's been invested to bring cutting-edge, minimally invasive technologies to help treat our community. That includes offering a very comprehensive cardiac service line to include open heart, TAVR, Watchman, all with our new hybrid OR suite. 3 million. That's the amount that we invested in our recently renovated endoscopy area that improves patient experience and provider workflow. 100. This represents our 100% tuition program that enables our associates to grow in their role and allow them to continue building their education and skill set to advance in their clinical careers. 22 million. That's the amount of benefit that we provided across Hampton Roads in charity care and outreach efforts. This is at the core of our mission, providing good help to those who need it the most. 2, that's the number of teaching hospitals on Hampton Roads that have given a top score from the independent body, the Leapfrog Group, and of which your community hospital is one. That recognition is one of many that we receive each year, recognizing the amazing care we provide each day. From chest pain accreditation to stroke care to diabetes care and everything in between, you can be rest assured that your community hospital is a place where you and your family will get top-notch care delivered by a caring staff. All that said, as we embark on the new normal and rise from the fog of the COVID pandemic, we're no different than any other business that's represented in this room. Human capital is our number one challenge, and our priority is supporting our workforce through continued recruitment of nurses and other needed clinical staff. And our commitment to the Portsmouth community is strong as ever. We continue to grow our services at the Community Health Hub in Craddock to bring programs focused on health and well-being, including a healthy food pantry, health education seminars, and Passport to Health. At Bon Secours, we focus on caring for the whole person, which includes building healthy communities beyond the walls of our hospital. We are also building a community learning garden to provide fresh produce for the food pantry and as an opportunity for the community to learn and grow fresh produce. The hub also houses the headquarters for the Bon Secours Caravan. Many of you may have seen it. It's the first mobile medical unit in our area that has been delivering primary care services, including health screenings, COVID-19 testing, vaccinations, directly in underserved neighborhoods, not just in Portsmouth, but throughout Hampton Roads since 2009. To you, our neighbors, patients, visitors, and community partners who have supported us through these unprecedented times, I just want to say thank you. Our mission and vision is always at the core of everything we do. That commitment is embodied by each associate and provider to each patient who walks through our doors. They will be treated with dignity, compassion, and the highest level of respect. I would like to close with a simple phrase from our vision statement that I feel embodies the core of everything that we do each day. We strive to enable our community to thrive, and that sums up our commitment to the Portsmouth community. I'm energized by what we can do to help the community together with each of you in this room, and we look forward to continuing to bring good help to those in need. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shane. I'd like to continue thanking our sponsors. Our series Building the Future sponsor is the Franklin Johnson Group. Our series silver sponsors are A&B Federal Credit Union, Bayport Credit Union, Dominion Energy, Geico, the Hampton Roads Workforce Council, Langley Federal Credit Union, Rivers Casino Portsmouth, Centera Optima Health, and Verizon. Our series media sponsors are Virginia Business Magazine, and I think we have Tony McCracken here representing them. And I just make a comment about Virginia Business Magazine. If you do not subscribe to it and you're in the business community, you might want to take a look at that, because it is really the authoritative magazine for what's going on in the business community throughout the Commonwealth. And so we appreciate their sponsorship today, and Tony, welcome. And the other series media sponsor is WTKR News 3. We want to thank Adam Chase as well. Yep. Our AV sponsors today is Stage Right Productions. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all that you're doing. And our photography sponsor is Stellar Exposures. Want to thank Amanda in the middle. Amanda, raise your hand. If you have photography needs in the region, Amanda's the person to go to. I'm sure she has cards if you want to grab her card. She does a phenomenal job with the photographs. We also have table sponsors and program sponsors. They're all listed in your programs. And as always, we want to thank our strategic partners that support all of our events. So let's give all of our sponsors a round of applause. Now I'd like to recognize some special guests we have in the room with us today, starting with Congressman Bobby Scott from the 3rd Congressional District. Congressman, thank you for being here. Our host mayor, of course, Mayor Shannon Glover is here. Mayor, thank you for being here. We also have the Honorable Mayor from Chesapeake, Rick West, with us. And the Honorable Mayor from Suffolk, Mayor Mike Newman's with us. Thank you all for being here. At the federal level, we have representatives from our senators. The senior representatives here are Diane Kaufman from Senator Tim Kaine's office. Diane, thank you. And Drew Lumpkin with Senator Mark Warner's office. Thank you, Drew. At the state level, we have Senator Luis Lucas here. Senator Lucas, thank you for being here. We have some delegates with us from the General Assembly. We have Delegate Emily Brewer, Cliff Hayes, and Don Scott with us. So thank you for being here. And just so you know, Cliff Hayes is the Chief Information Officer for this great city. So Cliff, thank you for doing that as well. I'd like to recognize some city council members we have from the city of Portsmouth. We have Vice Mayor Lisa Lucas Burke. And then we have council members Bill Moody Jr., Mark Hugel, and Vernon Tillage with us. Thank you for being here. In a show of true regionalism, we have representatives from the other cities. From the city of Chesapeake, we have council members Jeff Bunn, Debbie Ritter, and Dr. Ella Ward. Thank you for being here. From the city of Suffolk, we have Vice Mayor Lou Ward, council members Leroy Bennett and Roger Fawcett that's here. Thank you for being here. And from the city of Virginia Beach, we have council members Dr. Amelia Ross Hammond and council member Worth Remick is here. So thank you for being here. And just so you know, we got many emails and text messages from the council members in the city of Norfolk. They are in a planning session today and could not attend, but Mayor, they send their regrets for not being able to come today because of that. I have the privilege of working on a daily basis with some phenomenal regional leaders. I'd like to recognize them now. First of all, the Executive Director of the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission and Transportation Planning Organization, Mr. Bob Crum is here. Bob, thank you for being here. The Executive Director of the Hampton Roads Military and Federal Facilities Alliance, Rick Dwyer, is here. Rick, thank you. We have the President and CEO of the very newly formed Hampton Roads Executive Roundtable here, Nancy Gurdon. Nancy, thank you for your leadership. And the President and CEO of the Hampton Roads Alliance, Mr. Doug Smith, is with us. Doug, thank you for being here. I'd also like to recognize an individual who leads an organization that plays such a vital role in our economy, not just here in Portsmouth, but throughout the region as well as the Commonwealth. I'd like to recognize Stephen Edwards, who is the CEO of the Port. Stephen, thank you for being here, and thanks for all you do. We all know we've got some great colleges, universities, and some technical colleges here in the region. We've got some leaders from those organizations here. Dr. Marcia Constant from Tidewater Community College is here. Dr. Constant, thank you. And Jeff Thurrode from Bryant and Stratton College is with us as well, so thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give all of our distinguished guests a round of applause. Thank you for being here. Isn't this an amazing place, Rivers Casino? Absolutely phenomenal. I'd now like to call Roy Corby, who is the general manager of this casino and our host sponsor today, to make a few comments. Roy, don't know where you're at. There he is.
In 2019, the Commonwealth approved casinos for up to 5 cities in Virginia. Portsmouth was quick to get in on the game, and after a thorough vetting, the city selected Rush Street Gaming and Rivers Casino as its development partner. Then in November 2020, Portsmouth voters overwhelmingly passed a referendum to approve a casino on Victory Boulevard. Ground was broken in December 2021, and on January 23, 2023, Rivers Casino Portsmouth made history as the first permanent casino to open in Virginia. A $340 million investment, this world-class entertainment venue is situated in the heart of Portsmouth's new entertainment district and features a full-service casino, poker room, Bet Rivers Sportsbook, event and conference venues, premier restaurants, and more. Rivers Casino is among the largest private investments in Portsmouth's history and will annually generate an estimated $16 million in new tax revenues for the city of Portsmouth. The casino employs nearly 1,300 team members, offering family-sustaining wages and great benefits, including tuition reimbursement. All Rush Street Gaming casinos have been voted a top workplace by their team members, and Rivers Casino Portsmouth is already on track to become an award-winning employer. Through the casino's unique corporate giving program, Rivers Gives, team members are committed to donating approximately 2,000 volunteer hours each year. Rivers Gives empowers employees with the opportunity and the time to make an impact in the community where they live, work, and play. The city of Portsmouth has gained a sustainable new asset in Rivers Casino, a strong economic engine, a great place to work, and a proud community partner. And as a true entertainment destination, Rivers Casino Portsmouth will continue to serve the Hampton Roads region for generations to come.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the entire Rivers Casino Portsmouth team, I'd like to thank you all for coming and welcome those of you who have been here before. It's great to see you again and look forward to meeting the rest of you. As I look around the room, I'm pleased to see so many faces, so many familiar faces. And for those of you that I haven't met yet, my name is Roy Corby, and I'm the general manager here at Rivers Casino Portsmouth. When the Commonwealth passed the gaming legislation in 2019, Rush Street Gaming did our due diligence on all of the host cities. And after meetings with the mayor and city council, we came away convinced that this was the best opportunity for a meaningful collaboration. 3 years later, I'm proud to say we were right. The city of Portsmouth has been a tremendous partner. As Virginia's first permanent casino, we jumped at the opportunity to be part of the mayor's steadfast and heartfelt campaign that reminds our region that Portsmouth is indeed winning. Just shy of 90 days ago, we opened our doors and introduced a completely new industry to the region. We hired and trained nearly 1,300 team members, most of whom were from this region and have never before worked in a casino. Our team has readily embraced our company's commitment to service excellence and will continue to learn and grow to provide superior guest service as we get better. Here at Rivers, we aspire to be a great place to work, a strong economic engine, and a proud community partner, and today we are especially Portsmouth proud. Again, we are thrilled to host Portsmouth State of the City. We hope that you enjoy today's meal that's been provided thoughtfully by our hospitality team, and we look forward to you hosting your next event here at Rivers Casino. Until then, we look forward to seeing you, whether it's over a steak at Admiral Steakhouse, listening to a great band out at the Sound Bar, or cashing out a big win at one of the slot machines. But not too big of a win, because I have to answer to the mayor on those. So we don't need that. So thank you for joining us. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, Roy. You notice he said not that big a win. And finally, I'd like to introduce the chairman of the board for the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce, Jim Bibbs. Jim, thank you for your leadership. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin our lunch, I'd like to invite Dr. Melvin O. Mariner, Senior Pastor, Grove Baptist Church, to the stage to deliver our invocation.
Good afternoon. Might we pray together? Eternal God, our Father, our Creator, you have given us stability, provided us opportunities to share in the prosperity of your world. You have given us talents and gifts, positions, that we might glorify you as we edify, build up each other. And for this, O God, we are divinely grateful that you have given us various platforms to improve our humanity. We thank you for all those who are present today who represent the diverse nature of who you are. Every individual contributes differently. And we thank you, Lord God, for their contribution to our country, to our commonwealth, and yes, to our city. Thank you for your grace in allowing every citizen to be honored, to be represented by those that we elect as leaders. We pray, God, that they would do so with grace, humility, justice, equality, and a sense of wholeness. We pray, God, that we will understand each other's worth, that no one is marginalized, but all of us are seen as significant people. We thank you for this city. We thank you, God, for this casino. We thank you for the revenue that sustains us more ways than not. We praise you now, Lord, for our time together. Would you bless our mayor, our council, those in law enforcement, those on the local, state, and federal level. Would you bless those who have been given charge in some perspective and authority, that they may lead as a servant, always honoring the people they lead. Now, God, we praise you and ask your blessings upon our fellowship and our food. In my faith perspective, I pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, thank you, Pastor. Let's enjoy lunch. We'll be back with you shortly to introduce the mayor. We are going to go ahead and get started with our keynote speaker. But first, I'd like to recognize the staff again. What a great job of serving us. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, we could not host these events without the generous support of our sponsors. Town Bank has been our series presenting sponsor for 17 years now. Yes. It is now my honor to call Ross Morgan, president of Town Bank Portsmouth and the Real Estate Finance Group, to the stage to make some comments on behalf of Town Bank and introduce Mayor Glover.
Working in banking, you'd like to think you have an impact in your community. That's why, as a banker here at Town Bank, we love working here. You see, whether it's your family, your business, we know we make a difference in people's lives. Being a banker for Town Bank, best job in the world.
Good afternoon. It is a pleasure for me to be here today to welcome you to the Portsmouth State of the City Address. Town Bank is honored to once again be presenting sponsor for this series. For many years, hundreds of business, civic, and community leaders from across Hampton Roads have come together for the State of the City meetings. The Hampton Roads Chamber helps businesses thrive, and to do that, they provide an impressive variety of programs and support. The Chamber works hard to attract new businesses to our region, while at the same time helping existing businesses succeed and expand. Also a partner to the business community, Town Bank has grown over the years from 3 offices in 1999 to more than 45 offices today throughout Virginia and North Carolina. Here in Portsmouth, we have 3 offices to serve you: Churchland, Old Town, and Portsmouth Boulevard. As your financial services partner, we maintain the #1 deposit market share among other banks in Portsmouth, and we are grateful for your support. We are excited to be welcoming the Farmers Bank family to town as well. Farmers Bank began in 1919, and they share our vision of providing excellent financial services with a keen focus on improving the quality of life in our region. We are committed to serving others and enriching lives by supporting hundreds of local charitable organizations through donations, scholarships, and grants. Since our founding, Town and the Town Bank Foundation have contributed more than $100 million to the communities we serve. Portsmouth has always had a special place in our hearts, and from the start, we have worked with Portsmouth nonprofits seeking to enhance the quality of life in our community. One nonprofit we enthusiastically support is Star-Based Victory. Founded in Portsmouth in 2002, Star-Based Victory partners with Portsmouth Public Schools to deliver STEM education to 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Star-Based also offers popular camps each summer, and they partner with the Boys and Girls Club to provide after-school programs. More than 20,000 students have participated in Star-Based Victory, now celebrating its 21st anniversary. Now, it is my honor to introduce Mayor Shannon Glover. Portsmouth has seen a number of successes during 2022 that I know Mayor Glover will tell you about in a moment. Mayor Shannon Glover is a graduate of Norfolk State University, where he obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in Interdisciplinary Studies. He served in the United States Navy from 1988 to 1994 and graduated from the Naval School of Health Sciences in 1990. Mayor Glover has dedicated a lifetime to community and public service and has served on several boards, commissions, and organizations, including the Hampton Roads and South Side Mayors and Chairs, the Hampton Roads Economic Development Alliance, Hampton Roads Transit, and former board member for Paul D. Camp Community College. Mayor Glover is a Portsmouth business owner and was elected to the Portsmouth City Council in 2017. He served as a city council member from January 1st, 2018 to December 31st, 2020. He was elected mayor of the city of Portsmouth on November 2nd, 2020. His term of office is from January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2024. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Shannon Glover.
This is Portsmouth.
On these historic streets, there's always something new for our visitors to discover, from shops and restaurants to our unique place in American history.
This school was founded in 1913 as the first high school for African American students. Today, it's where all of our children come to learn and prepare for tomorrow.
In this port, you'll find a gateway to the world's major markets and the emerging offshore wind industry.
On this stage, national artists thrill thousands of people every year at one of the coolest waterfront concert venues in the country.
This is a museum just for kids. It's the city's largest attraction and a place where kids of all ages can play, learn, and grow.
Enjoy an active lifestyle, whether it's boating, fishing, golf, or just plain old fun. Portsmouth City Park has something for everyone.
Within these classrooms, students at TCC Portsmouth can find affordable career training and college transfer programs and go anywhere.
As Virginia's first casino, we have created over 1,300 jobs and millions in new city tax revenue.
Founded in 1827, Naval Medical Center Portsmouth is the oldest continuously operating Navy hospital in the country. Every day, more than 5,000 young men and women pass through these gates to provide outstanding health care for the men and women who protect our country, their families, and veterans.
First opened in 1767, this is our U.S. Navy oldest and largest industrial facility. Today, over 12,000 people served as stewards to our nation's warships and national defense.
Built in 1916, this is one of the few surviving lightships in the country. It's a National Historic Landmark and anchored right here on the downtown waterfront.
This is a state-of-the-art medical center where our people find the highest quality health care and emergency care when they need it most.
On these greens, you can play a beautiful 18-hole golf course designed by World Golf Hall of Famer Curtis Strange. Did I make it? That's got it. You got to make sure you get that in there.
Dinner and a movie? This is the place to see first-run films in a beautifully restored Art Deco theater.
In this school, tomorrow's leaders prepare today. I'm the youngest member ever elected to the Portsmouth City Council, and it all began for me right here.
In this building, we make great things happen for our citizens, for our businesses, and for the city's future. This is Portsmouth.
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 And this is Portsmouth.
This
is Portsmouth.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2023 Portsmouth State of the City. We are grateful to the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce for this opportunity. Before I begin to share the highlights of the past year, I'd like to thank my wife Paula and my entire family for their continued support as I carry out my duties as mayor of the city of Portsmouth. I also want to take a moment to thank Ross Morgan and my friends at Town Bank. Thank you for that introduction, Ross. Now to the important stuff. I want to introduce you to the constitutional officers and appointees. Mr. Franklin Edmondson, Commissioner of the Revenue. Sheriff Michael Moore, he had to leave. Unfortunately, however, he was here earlier, so we would like to recognize him at this time. Mimi Terry, our interim city manager. Janie Culpepper, interim city assessor. Right now, I'm just going to take a minute to offer a special recognition to my friend, Portsmouth Commissioner of the Revenue, the Honorable Franklin Edmondson. Commissioner Edmondson was recently awarded the #1 top honor from the Commissioners of the Revenue Association of Virginia. Our Commissioner of the Revenue received the Sam T. Barfield Award for Excellence. This distinguished award is given to only one Virginia Commissioner of the Revenue a year, and this award is not given every year. It is only given to a Virginia Commissioner of the Revenue that truly distinguishes themselves as a professional who has greatly contributed to professionalism of the Commissioners of the Revenue Association and its members. Please join me in congratulating my friend, Commissioner Edmondson, for receiving such a distinct honor from his peers. You cannot win without an effective team. So let me introduce you our team of elected officials. Vice Mayor Lisa Lucas Burke, Councilman William Bill Moody, Councilman Mark Hugel, and Councilman Vernon Tillage. Would you all please stand? We have an outstanding staff in the city of Portsmouth, and that includes our deputy city managers and other key department heads. And right now, I will take a moment to introduce them to you. Deputy City Manager, Dee Wright. And if you all would stand and remain standing, and then we'll recognize you. Interim Deputy City Manager and City Engineer, Mr. James Wright. No, they're not related. Police Chief Stephen Jenkins. Fire Chief Nestor Mangobat. IT Director Cliff Hayes. Economic Development Director Brian Donahue. Dr. Alexander Benitez, Museums and Tourism. Gregory Coleman, Human Resources. Nathan Woodard, Behavioral Health. Dr. Nathan Woodard, Behavioral Health. Mr. Mark Palmachuk, Parks and Recreation. My guy, Peter Glagola, and the Marketing Director and Communications. On behalf of a grateful City Council, I would like to thank you all for your dedication to the City of Portsmouth. A few other people I want to personally recognize and thank for being here in our community and providing business leadership that are here with us today. My good friend, Dr. Marsha Constant, President, Tidewater Community College. Would you please stand? Michelle Wren, Executive Director of the Portsmouth Partnership. Michelle, where are you? Bruce Watts, Woda Cooper Group. If you would please stand, sir, and be recognized. Dan Heatwall, Ripley Heatwall Company. Dan, where are you, sir? If you would please stand. Good to see you, Dan. And Tim Foley, Lightwell Development. Tim, good to see you. I am so excited to share my thoughts on the state of our city. We are winning in 2023. Now, before I go on, I want to acknowledge that my good friend, our minority leader at the House of Delegates, Delegate Don Scott, coined that term. So I had to make sure that I let everybody know that it's not the mayor's term, it's Don's term. But we are winning in 2023. Last year, I mentioned that the city of Portsmouth was embarking on a bold new direction. I am delighted to report that we have done just that. Did you know that Portsmouth has experienced over $1.5 billion in new private capital investment in the city in the last 6 years? We are winning. In response to the need to assist communities build transportation projects and have significant local and regional impact, and improved safety equity funds were made available through the RAISE grant, which stands for Rebuilding America Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equity. In 2022, we received a grant for our new innovation district in the amount of $19.3 million. In January 2023, the doors of the Rivers Casino Portsmouth opened, and it represents a $300+ million private investment that created more than 1,200 permanent jobs and established a new entertainment district in our city. Now, I do understand, I know Bobby Dyer was here a little earlier, and I do understand that there's something supposed to be happening in the water here in Virginia Beach. I need to remind everybody that's here today, there's something happening at the Rivers Casino Portsmouth. And I want to thank the Rivers Casino Portsmouth team led by my good friend Roy Corby. Roy, if you would stand one more time and be recognized. And I want to welcome the Rivers Casino team to the Portsmouth family. Portsmouth has revitalized and invested in our housing stock and has more than 1,000 new single-family and multi-family homes under construction. The Barbara L. Willis Wellness Center opened the doors on the new 24,000 square foot headquarters. Barbara, could you please stand and be recognized? The $10 million facility houses more than 75 employees, including board-certified doctors, nurse practitioners, and dentists who provide comprehensive medical services to our community. The $200 million investment by Siemens Gamesa Renewable Energy at the Portsmouth Marine Terminal, and the $84 million investment by Lineage Logistics Cold Storage Distribution Facility, just to name a few. We've got newly opened Chipotle and Starbucks, adding dining options in our mid-city business area. The construction in progress of a new 55-mile fiber optic ring connecting public and municipal facilities with broadband internet and providing a bridge, to the digital divide for our residents and businesses. These kinds of private sector investments signals to the rest of the region and the world that our businesses have confidence in our city and are willing to make sizable investments. We are all Portsmouth proud. We have witnessed people come together in the city of Portsmouth time and time again. As recently as this past February, the city participated with Portsmouth Volunteers for the Homeless in their coldest night of the year 5K walk. During this year's event, participants faced cold, windy rain and raised almost $41,000 to date, representing 163% of the initial goal of $25,000. Let's give those folks a hand. I was out there, folks, and I can tell you it was cold. We had 377 walkers, 40 teams, many city departments represented, reminding us that life sometimes is uncomfortable, and yet there is hope for better tomorrows. Dr. Darlene Sparks Washington, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your leadership in leading Portsmouth Volunteers for the Homeless. Please save the date for our next scheduled coldest night of the year walk. I want to see everybody in the room at our coldest night of the year walk, okay? No excuses. On February 24th, 2024, and come out and join us. This is Portsmouth. Our mission is to put the powers of City Hall to work to help all of our neighborhoods thrive and prosper. During the month of March, Portsmouth Civic League Wilson Ward, led by President Elvira Johnson-Williams and her team, proved that communities have a mainstay in alliance with local government. The community gathered alongside with the Navy and other volunteers for a clean community initiative. Elvira Johnson-Williams, would you please stand and be recognized? This is Portsmouth. Our challenge is to make our city better. Our vision is working collectively with our communities. Portsmouth is creating community partnerships. We are building business relationships. We are taking the initiative to create the environment we envision. We are fostering and encouraging private investment by using the tools of government to build a quality of life for all. One such initiative is the Portsmouth Homeless Action Committee, or Consortium, which is PHAC, a coalition of public and private organizations that maintain our collective process to end homelessness here in Portsmouth. In most recent housing inventory count, PHAC providers reported a total of 388 beds were available for poor persons experiencing homelessness in our city. We have prioritized our focus on wraparound services to get our most vulnerable citizens the services they need. In previous years, we have been able to reduce the average time a person is homeless in Portsmouth from 160 days to 140 days. Each year, homeless coalitions across the country conduct a point and count time during the same 24-hour period in January to estimate the number of persons experiencing homelessness in their respective regions. Great progress is being made in assisting our most vulnerable citizens. Now let's talk about workforce development. The city is on a mission to position itself for success in that area, and we will continue by retaining and attracting the best and brightest workforce, fund our schools, provide tax relief to those in need, public safety, strengthening, restoring, and building our infrastructure. Did you happen to know that the city of Portsmouth was recently nationally ranked and recognized by Realtor.com as the #1 place for first-time homebuyers in the entire United States? We are winning. According to Realtor.com, Portsmouth is the #1 place in the nation for first-time homebuyers. The report was based on census data, population counts, household income, average commute times, U.S. Bureau of Labor statistic projections, business pattern data, and housing sales forecasts to determine in a comprehensive way which city is the very best place for first-time home buyers to buy their first home. All combined, new home buyers want to purchase their first home in a healthy market that supports equity growth and in a city that offers the best promise of a rate on return. Portsmouth is #1. Now, let's talk about Portsmouth Public Schools. In February 2023, Dr. Eli Bracey III, Division Superintendent, presented to City Council his proposed needs-based budget for FY 2023 and 24. As part of his presentation, Dr. Bracey requested additional increases above the FY 2023 local share appropriation of $64 million. The city has included his amount in the proposed FY 2024 budget. If Dr. Bracey is here, I'd like to recognize him and his cabinet, but let's give them a round of applause. Since we are on the subject of schools, I want to ask two of our outstanding students to come forward and be recognized for their commitment to excellence. If I could ask Adriana LaMonica and Gavon Carr to come on stage and join me at this time. you would stand there. These are some amazing young people, and I wanted to make sure that everything you have been hearing about the negativity on young people, as I said, Portsmouth is winning, and our young people are winning too. Adriana LaMonica, and I met this young lady after George Floyd was murdered in our country. She took it upon herself to organize a march to show how injustice and other things can be overcome. So let me tell you her story real quick. Adriana LaMonica is a 13-year-old young lady that cares deeply about her community and the ones she loves. When she was just 10 years old, Adriana became very upset about the cruelty and racial insensitivity she was seeing during COVID. And so she organized a well-attended community march to call attention to racial injustice and to ask everyone just to love each other. 2 years later, Adriana was so happy about the election of President Biden that she wrote him a letter congratulating him. She told the president about the march she organized and the concerns she has with global warming and racial injustice. Adriana also told our president about her experience on a recent visit to our nation's capital. And do you know what happened? Well, Adriana didn't just get a reply from the president or a White House staffer. No, not Adriana. The president wanted to meet Adriana and invited her to join him while he was in town in Virginia Beach this past February. It was a wonderful visit, and the Portsmouth family could not be more proud of you, Adriana. And I also want to thank Adriana's mom, Shauna LaMonica, who is with us today, for raising such an outstanding child. The next person I want to recognize is Gavon Carr. Gavon, my man. He is really my man, and I told him he could double as my bodyguard if he needed to. Gavon Carr is a 15-year-old freshman football player that is currently attending Churchland High School. He is actively involved in several youth leadership and youth entrepreneurship programs across our city. Along the way, Gavon was shown how to print T-shirts and other apparel. He found that he really liked it and recently started his own fabric printing label called Unbroken Confidence. Where he makes all of those products and sells them on his own. How about that? Gavon's mother, Paulette Cherry, says her son's label is appropriate and fitting because Gavon has shown unbroken confidence his whole life, no matter the obstacle or challenge. Gavon is an enthusiastic young entrepreneur who is passionate about his newly created label. He spends lots of time actively marketing his business while at the same time taking business classes to learn all that he can about starting and running a business. Gavon is an example, just another example, of our Portsmouth youth in our communities making a difference. And imagine, he's only 15. Javon, we wish you the very best of success with your new label, Unbroken Confidence. Thank you both. Now that we have committed the funding for our schools, our next focus is determining how we can reduce some of the tax burden on our citizens during these high inflationary times. The budget, this proposed budget, includes a 50% personal property tax relief to eligible property assessed vehicles in our FY 2023. In addition, the FY 2024 budget proposes a 5-cent credit to the current rate of $1.30 to $1.25. This reduction reduces the impact of property assessment increases on the taxpayers while responsibly funding and providing essential core city services. The city is dedicated to ensuring we keep our public safe. Reducing violent crime is a shared responsibility. It's going to take all of us in the community, church-based, social, and government, to turn the tide on violent crime. Our strategies include FUSIS, Real-Time Crime Center, citywide cameras that will assist us and other localities on identifying offenders and continuous recruitment of officers. We have made several investments in Portsmouth police technology to reduce crime and improve our responsiveness. Flock cameras are license plate recognition cameras. We will also be incorporating vehicle photo technology so that we can get actionable, accurate evidence that increases case clearance rates. This technology will allow our officers to search by vehicle type, make, color, and license plate. With the Flock Safety Network, our police department is not limited to our own cameras. We will connect with adjacent localities and other nearby cameras. Gunshot detection is another system that will detect gunfire and notify police within minutes of a shot being fired. FUSIS is a public safety ecosystem that combines video from traffic cameras, private cell phones, building security cameras, and links them with other utilities like CAD data, gunfire detectors, real-time officer geolocator feeds. It enables our police to operate more efficiently with improved operational intelligence and with proactive emphasis on officer, citizen, and community safety. We also have several other technology improvements coming to our Portsmouth Police Department very soon. Just to name a few, speed zone cameras and e-summon comes on in July 2023. School zone speed cameras are expected to be installed late summer 2023. As a matter of fact, if you know anyone seeking a career in public safety, we are hiring. Just go to our Portsmouth website and apply. The city is in the process of reviewing plans that has identified a site to build our public safety facility that will be the hub for the police department and fire, rescue, and emergency services department headquarters. Once again, capital planning is our focus because it is critical to our water, sewer, transportation, sanitation, stormwater drainage, and other public services. It is also an important component of the city's economic development program and strategic plan. The Capital Improvement Plan is a 5-year plan for FY 2024 through 2028 that addresses the procurement and construction of capital assets and rehabilitation and replacement of infrastructure needs. It has been a season of resilience, growth, and tremendous effort, not only for me, but an inclusive team of public servants spanning municipal government, the community at large, and the private sector. We will implement proven strategies, explore innovative results driven by our best practices, and deliberately carry them out, because that is the path that creates real change, and our citizens deserve it. Recently, I attended a mayor's leadership at the Bloomberg Harvard Initiative, and as a part of that, we were able to bring some of those assets and resources back to the city of Portsmouth. As a result, we were able to put together an innovation team, and that innovation team did a lot of work in terms of how can we reduce gun violence and engage our communities, and by doing that, improve our communities and make them safer. With that in mind, I would like our innovation team to please stand up and be recognized by all in this place. Thank you all for the work that you have done. And also, I want to recognize, while we're on that, about innovation and working together and how we're improving our city, I want to recognize folks that do the work behind the scenes at our EDA, our Economic Development Authority. If you are here in the place, could you please stand? If there are any members of our Economic Development Authority, if you would please stand. Thank you. In the coming year, the Portsmouth City Council wants to focus on these things: increasing access to home ownership, increasing business growth, enhancing our citizens' access to good-paying jobs, and world-class workforce training and certification programs that are in demand by our current and future businesses in this marketplace. We want to target economic development that leverages our city's strength and market concentrations. We desire to maximize our potential in the areas in which we have the best chances of success. This is what we are after here in the city of Portsmouth. Now, I want to take a moment to show you a short video about some of the things that make our city so special.
What makes a city more than a point on a map? What makes it a great place to call home? Or do business? Or visit? What makes one city any different from another? In Portsmouth, we know the answer. It's our people and the places that make Portsmouth uniquely our own. All different kinds of people, from all different kinds of places, coming together in neighborhoods we all know by name. Craddock and Port Norfolk, Old Town and Truxton, Churchland and Cavalier Manor, West Haven, Park Manor, and the list goes on. Ours is a story steeped in 400 years of history, a history you can still see and hear and feel, all beautifully preserved for generations to come. And our future is just as bright. Today, Portsmouth is home to Virginia's first and only full-service casino, and that's a big win for our city. At the ports that give our city its name, Portsmouth continues to make its mark as a strategic international seaport, a proud steward to the Navy's fleet, and a powerful partner to the emerging offshore wind industry. Our tourism industry is on the rise too, with new attractions, new businesses, and a few old favorites, all coming together to make our city more inviting than ever. What makes a city more than a place on a map? Him. And her. And her. And him. And them. And this place. And that place. And all the other people and places that make Portsmouth home.
Wow, what a great video. Great job on the video by the Portsmouth Marketing and Communications team. Aaron and Greg and Peter, great job, team, and everybody who participated. You know, for a minute there, I thought I was going to hear when they called out the communities, I thought some folks were going to give some shout outs publicly. I know some of you wanted to say when they said your community, Vice Mayor, what do you think about that? Cavalier Manor? We aspire for the city of Portsmouth to be a true self-oriented organization that is inclusive, responsive, helpful, accessible, transparent, and accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, Portsmouth is open for business. We have investments in our health care, including our relationship with Healthier 757, wise investments and prioritization of our workforce training, certification, so that our citizens have access to the training skills they need. We are developing plans for the Portsmouth waterfront. Stay tuned. Innovation and Entertainment District is a prioritization for the city of Portsmouth. All of this is done to improve the quality of life for all of our citizens. That is our goal. But we are also doing all that we can to attract new businesses, expand existing businesses, and create new job opportunities, because we want people to live, work, and play and raise a family in the city of Portsmouth. This is our vision, and this is our direction, because this is Portsmouth. We are doing our part, so I can make a challenge to the business community, okay? We are making progress, and we will continue to do so in the months ahead. I challenge you and everyone in the room and those who are watching the event later, mentor a young person. Get involved with your civic league. Volunteer for board of directors of a nonprofit. Donate your time and treasures to organizations that benefit our community. Be the change that you want to see in your community and throughout Portsmouth. As you know, education doesn't stop with Portsmouth Public Schools. Educating ourselves is a lifelong endeavor. We must offer affordable training opportunities here in Hampton Roads and in Portsmouth. We have some of the best higher education and career training opportunities available. However, in talking with many businesses owners, they need to improve in making the connection between highly demanded skills that are needed and compare those skills against the actual training opportunities that are offered and, most importantly, accessible. We are on a mission to ensure our citizens receive the training they need to have the life, job, and income they aspire to obtain. This isn't a one-city issue. This is a regional issue that each city can work to do their part in helping to provide meaningful and accessible workforce training. Here in Portsmouth, we have Portsmouth at Work. The Portsmouth at Work focuses on workforce talent development and assisting unemployed Portsmouth residents to obtain workforce skills employers are seeking. Their goal is to increase accessibility to workforce resources and services that prepare individuals for employment. Portsmouth at Work participants job training programs that span from the entry-level skills required for employment through career certification opportunities. Did you know that these training programs provided by the City of Portsmouth are at no cost to participants? That's pretty good. There are many good workforce training efforts underway in each city. At the TCC Portsmouth campus, for example, they're expanding their skills training and technical certification programs and plans to expand their workforce education and training classes at the Skills Trade Academy. Regionally, we also have the TCC Hampton Roads Workforce Council partnerships. More can always be done, and progress is being made in our workforce development initiatives. Now, let's talk about our veterans. Did you know that more than 15,000 people are retiring from the military here in Hampton Roads each year? Military retirees are highly sought after employees. Imagine that. We want them to retire from the military, live here in Portsmouth, and have a second career in the private sector. You know, I hear a lot about money in this business and how our fiscal health is in the city. So let me bring this all home to you. What is the state of the city of Portsmouth? We are winning, and the state of our city is good. Over the past 7 years, the number of housing units has grew in the city of Portsmouth by 2,400, and the occupation rate grew by 5.7% to 94.3%. Particularly interesting is the homeowner vacancy rate, which declined to 1%, and the rental vacancy rate declined from 8.8% to 1.9%. The number of single-family detached dwellings grew by 2,300, and while overall units grew, owner-occupied units also grew by 3,300, and as a share of citywide housing stock grew by 2%. These dynamics show our housing market has strengthened and is generating opportunities to reinvest in our city. The interim city manager's proposed budget projects an 8% revenue growth, which has been bolstered by robust property tax performance and new revenue streams. Additionally, we have seen substantial growth in restaurant and sales taxes collection and the newly added gaming tax from the casino, Roy. As it relates to the city's credit rating, Portsmouth complies with all of its financial policies and programs, and as such, has maintained a strong credit rating. We need everyone working together to create the best city to live, work, play, and raise a family. In closing, I know y'all ready for the closing, but before I get to the close, I want to let everybody know after we close, the patio you see to my right is going to be open for everybody, and the bar will be open. So if you want to partake and do a little bit of networking, that'll be an opportunity for you at that time. In closing, that's how we act in Portsmouth, folks. In closing, thanks to some wise economic development and infrastructure investments, targeted workforce development enhancements, the creation of the Portsmouth Innovation and Entertainment District, and effective partnership with our state and congressional delegation, thank you, Congressman Scott and others, Portsmouth absolutely shows the promise of significant growth. Growth in attracting new businesses to locate and invest in our great city and create jobs. Growth in attracting new first-time home buyers that improve the city's housing stock and our real estate values. Growth in the wind energy emerging marketplace. New industries and businesses are moving to Portsmouth, and we're glad about it. The City Council has made targeted and well-considered investments to spur economic activity, and well-considered investments will help us to move forward. Our city is uniquely located in the heart of Hampton Roads with a deep water harbor and a world-class port. We have many assets and resources in the city to build upon, especially as it relates to workforce development and the emerging wind energy market. Yes, the state of the city of Portsmouth is better than good. It's promising with lots of growth. Take comfort in knowing that your city council will do all within its power to harness this great momentum. We must continue to expand our tax base, create more jobs, and focus on economic development. I'd like to close by leaving you with an inspirational quote for this occasion. It is one that I use a lot. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Do what you can to get more involved in our great city. Our young people are desperate for your attention and mentorship. Go to your Civic League meetings, get to know your neighbors, mentor a young person, and offer yourself as an example. These highlights are but a few of the amazing examples of progress and growth happening in the city of Portsmouth. As we prepare to resume our daily activities, remember that we are all in this together. More unites us than divides us. My gratitude and thanks to the Hampton Roads Chamber. Brian and your team have done a phenomenal job for this opportunity to showcase our city, the city of Portsmouth. Thank you all for coming out to this event. Enjoy your day, and God bless.